So if we've got this, JL goes with MN. So JL goes with MN. You want to mark those two sides. That's in this given information up here. So over here, for this reason, you can write given. Okay, you can always use given for sides and angles. That's a legitimate thing. This happens to be a set of sides, right? I just marked with a tick mark the sides. So you need to do this in your pair deck. Don't be tempted to not do this and just watch me. Okay. The second thing it says is K is the midpoint of JN and LM. I see that right here. K is the midpoint of JN and LM. Those two things are exactly the same. So the reason here is also given. Easy peasy, right? What's the so what with midpoint? If K is the middle of JN, what do I know about JN? It's been cut how? In half. So the left side, JK, is exactly the same as the right side, KN. That's the definition of midpoint. That says definition of midpoint for all of those who can't tell. Definition of midpoint. Okay. I can do the same thing here, LK and KM. Well, LK and KM are also two halves of a whole. So LK plus KM equals that whole distance. This is also definition of midpoint. What do I have marked? I forgot to write that, but in red, I marked a side. In purple, I marked a side. And in pink, I marked another side. So based only on this information, and this is where smart students get in trouble, is they overthink. You can put vertical angles here and do side angle side, but there's no angles in this proof box. So I can't put it here in this line because it's not in these lines up here. You can only use what's in the box. So all I have is a side, and a side. So I have to do side, side, side. Okay? You can only use in this bottom line what appears before it. If you don't have any angles, you can't write any angles down in here, even though there is 100% a vertical angle right here. Questions? All right, let's go to number 2. Think about it for a minute. What are you going to put next to line number 1 and number 2? Same thing goes both places. What do I put in these yellow boxes for number 1 and number 2? How do I know those? AB equals BC. Because it's given, yeah. Both of those are given. And then BD bisects ABC. So I got to mark, don't forget to mark. AB goes with BC. And BD bisects angle ABC. So angle ABC has been cut in half. Okay, I get all of that because it's given to me. In that third row, ABD, that's this top angle, and CBD, this bottom angle are congruent. Why is that? How do I know that? Yeah, this is the definition of an angle bisector. Okay, make sure you get definition of an angle bisector, right? So I forgot to put this in. We've got a side up here with AB and BC, and we've got an angle down here with the top side of B and the bottom side of B. So now we've got a third piece of information, BD and BD. Why can I mark that? It is the middle. Which one of these says it's the middle? Has it been bisected? Has it been cut in half? Is it midpoint? Do I have something in the middle? It's the reflexive side. So this is a lot of vocabulary. The reflexive side is like a mirror. It's like A is looking at itself in the mirror, and this BD line is where the mirror is. That's where the reflection is, okay? So this fourth line is going to be reflexive property. And that means I've got a side, right? So I've got a side here with AB, I've got an angle here with B, and I've got a side here with BD. So what's my answer in number 5? Side, angle, side. And if I go around side to an angle to another side, side, angle, side. Always look at your drawing to see what exactly is marked. Okay? We're going to do 3 more of them. I feel like you're getting these really fast. I think we'll have just enough time to then start the quiz. So look at number 3. What goes in line 1? It is given. Okay, that's the big G, given. Boom. I got to mark it. SQ bisects. So SQ is the knife that cuts S in half and Q in half. Okay, that's what this says. So if I've got RQS, that's this blue angle, and TQS, that's this blue angle. What's the reason here for number 2? Absolutely. So I can put definition of angle bisector. Definition of an angle bisector. That's what I'm told here, so that's what I use down here. Right? And I'm going to use that twice because this is also definition of an angle bisector because the top of S and the bottom of S are both the same as well. Okay? So that's definition of an angle bisector. We're just learning the vocabulary and then using it as the so what. So I've got angles on the left and angles on the right. What's my last piece of information here? QS and QS. Why can I mark that? We just used it in the last one. Why can I mark that last one? What is it? It is reflexive. Is it a reflexive side or a reflexive angle? It is a reflexive side. Okay. Now be careful because if you just look at these, I've got angle, angle, side, right? In the order in the proof, we did 2 angles and then a side. But if I look at my drawing and I just look at this top triangle, what do I have marked? Angle, side, angle. So this is going to be angle, side, angle. You always want to go back to your drawing. I've got an angle over here connected to another angle over here by a side. So this is angle, side, angle. The side connects them, so the side has to be in the middle. 2 more. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, start this one for me. Somebody give me an idea of what I write first. Given. I wish that was a test question more often. Okay, so I definitely have that. They are right angles. So I can mark that other right angle. And then what can I mark? Or what can I do? Are those angles or sides? ML and MN? They are sides. So I'm going to mark those with tick marks because they're sides. And why can I do that? Because it is given. And they are equal. Absolutely. Okay. And then I've got this line 3, MP and MP, not to be confused with military police. Why is MP equal to MP? Are they sides or angles? Are they angles? MP and MP? MP is a side. So they are equal because of which property? Midpoint? Reflexive side. Honestly, guys, every year we've got to sound a little crazy. Oops, reflexive side. We got to sound a little bit crazy with guessing before we get it straight. So I love that we're guessing here, okay? We've got a reflexive side. It's where the L triangle and the N triangle join up. MP is in both triangles, okay? So what's my reason down here? I've got a side and a side. Got a side and a side. Oh, and I forgot about my right angle. I've got an angle. So is that ass? Is that a thing? Not a thing. I can't do side angle side because the angle's not in the middle. It's not joining the two sides. What do I have to remember? What are my 5 choices from slide 6? From slide 6, what are my choices here? Can't be side angle side because the angle's not in the middle. Can't be side 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 because I don't have a third side. Can't be either one of these two because I don't have 2 angles. What's this hypotenuse leg thing? What's the hypotenuse leg thing? Can I do hypotenuse leg? I've got a right angle. Opposite that right angle, it doesn't necessarily have to be a side. I can call that a hypotenuse, right? That's going to be so important in our next unit because our next unit is all about right triangles. So this hypotenuse is across or opposite that right angle. And then the other 2 sides are legs. So instead of doing side, side, angle, or angle, side, side, we're going to call this hypotenuse leg. Hypotenuse leg. Okay? Last one, so exciting. This is definitely the hardest one, just so you know. JK, ooh, why is that doing that weird thing? JK is parallel to LM. So JK is, why is it giving me boxes? What did I do? Oh. Boom. JK, let me erase that. JK is parallel to LM. So JK is parallel to LM. So if I draw this N or Z, right? Do you see that purple Z laying on its side? This angle up here is congruent to this angle down here. These are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles look like Z's or N's. Okay. And then I've got LZ or ZL is congruent to KM down here. So if I highlight the parallel line and I highlight the transversal and I highlight the parallel line, I've got another set of congruent angles. Parallel lines give you angles. Okay, so what's my reason for number 1? Given, yes sir, given. And why can I say JKL, that was my purple angle. So JKL is congruent to MLK. JKL is congruent to MLK. Why can I do that? Is it given to me? What's my so what from parallel lines? I so want it to be given, but it's not. My so what from parallel lines are those alternate interior angles. Anytime you've got parallel lines, you either have alternate interior angles or corresponding angles. So if you can make that Z, that's alternate interior angles. Okay, that's like one of the most often missed things. So then if I come down here, JKL or JLK, that's this red angle, and MKL, M to K to L, that's this angle. My red angles, because I have red parallel lines, why are they congruent? Also, alternate interior angles, right? So I've got a set of purple angles and a set of red angles. And then I've got KL and KL. Where's KL? The middle. Is that a side or an angle? That is a side. And that's our reflexive side. It occupies the same space. Okay. So now when I go to name these, what do I name them? Is this angle, angle, side, or is this something different? Angle, angle, side. Are the two angles connected by the side, or is the side on the outside? I've got an angle that's purple, and I've got a side, and I've got an angle over here. Are the red and the purple angles connected with that side? They are. So this has got to be angle, side, angle. The order down here at the bottom is based on the drawing, not on the order in the proof. Okay, that's super important. Lots of people are going to get this wrong because they're going to go, oh, we did an angle and a side. That's a thing. Let me just put that. If you look up here in the picture, this is an angle connected to another angle by the side. So if the side is in the middle of the two angles, the side has to go in the middle of the two angles. Okay, the order matters. The order is so super important. All right, that is the end of our review. That should give you everything you need to do the quiz. However, tomorrow I will not be here. Tomorrow you are on your own. I need you to remember proportions. Proportions are two equal fractions, right? And you can do the butterfly, the cross multiplication, the whatever your middle school teachers told you how to do proportions, right? There is a 6-minute video right here to help you remember. But you're going to do A times D equals B times C. You multiply across one diagonal and you set it equal to the multiply of the other diagonal, right? So 4 times 7 is 28 and 2 times x is 2x. Divide by 2 and you get 14. Everybody remember how to do these? Kind of, sort of, maybe? All right. After you finish this tomorrow, you're going to do A1 in IXL, A1. So your homework tonight and tomorrow is to make sure your digital notebook is finished to page 8. You do this quiz and you do A1 in IXL, A1. Okay. So 3 things. And let me come out here and see if I can just make sure there are due dates on them. So quiz. I don't know why there are 2 of them. Digital notebook and IXL. Okay. Don't worry about this one. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's for Friday. Yeah, definitely don't do that. So this day 3 quiz, the digital notebook, and the IXL, A1. Okay. Has anybody started the quiz and want to chat about it before I turn off the Screencastify? Any questions on the quiz from anybody who started it? Tatiana, A1 on IXL. To 80%. 100 gets you extra credit. There's tons of places to get extra credit in IXL for this unit. All right. You've got about 10-ish minutes, not quite that many. So if you start the quiz and you have questions,